Hello, happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday, May 15th. Whew, we're almost to June, and I am excited to be with you today. I know that you have a million other things that you could be doing, and even if you're catching me on the replay, I am very grateful that you're here. I hope that you will stick around for a few minutes and check out the top 10 essentials that we have with our Stampin' Up lineup. Um, One of my items is a swap out, but you'll see how it's just the same. Let's see. I think I should tell you who I am. I'm Nicole with Equally Creative by Nicole, and I'm excited to be here. So I'm going to go ahead and put the catalog image on the screen so you can see what this looks like with regard to our top 10. So I actually have almost all of these products in front of me, and I'm going to talk to you about them. If you're on my email list, you're going to get an email that actually has a more eloquent gentleman that talks about all 10 of these items. In a link for their video from Stampin' Up. You know, they're professionals. So you're going to get the unprofessional version from me. Um, and then hopefully you'll go and watch him and see what he has to say about all of these products. Okay. So let me go ahead and start. So I'm going to start with number one. Number one are our paper snips. And yes, everybody already has scissors, right? So what makes these so special? So let me show you. So first of all, they come with a little cover, so you're not going to poke the crap out of yourself when you're digging around in your bag for this. You know you have one of those crafting bags sitting around, right? So what I love about these is how fine tip they are. So when I am snipping and fussy cutting things, I can really get precise with that. So if you've watched any of my videos, I do some fussy cutting in there. Um, Super sharp, wonderful scissors. Okay. Yes, you need an extra pair. Okay. All right. Let's see. Number two is our multi purpose glue. This glue has two different tips. We have a fine tip and a wide tip. And I learned that it is acid free from watching that gentleman, right? I'm going to grab a couple of scraps because I want you to see um, how this works. Get something dark. There we go. That should show pretty well. All right, so this glue a little bit really goes a long way, and it has a super great bond, okay? So I live in the South. It's very humid. I use my glue a lot because of things just fall apart in the humidity, right? So the fine tip, you can do little dots. And I tell everybody, you don't have to really squeeze a whole lot. I feel like I'm always too far or too close. You can also have like a line of glue. So that's the fine tip point. And again, I very rarely use this wide end because I have not really had much of a need for it, to the point where I'm having to shake my glue down and it is possibly not going to come out. So I'm even going to scoot this a little closer. There we go. All right, so you can see how wide you can go with this. And it's just got a little like a rubber tip, and you can spread this pretty thin and wide over your paper there. So I'll show you what that looks like. Okay. This glue is acid free, which is really cool. I never realized that it was acid free until I watched the little gentleman today or last week on the Stampin' Up video that I'm going to share with you tomorrow. So how cool is that? Acid free. That means you can use it in your scrapbooks. So I loved to learn that. It will last forever. All right, number 3 is another acid-free product, again, that I just learned about today, and that is our Stampin' Dimensionals. Again, if you watch me, you know this is one of my favorite products. I love to pop up things on dimension. I'm going to pull a couple things behind me here to share what that looks like. So these layers right here and these little hearts are popped up on dimensionals, so you can kind of see how they are raised. This one has actually gone through the mail, and you can see it's still a nice pop element on this card. So that is item number 3. Dimension, easy to obtain with that. Okay, number 4 are our Stampin' Spots. So we have 8 different spots that come in a set. And let me see, I have the colors written down. So Basic Gray, Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Gorgeous Grape, Grainy Apple Green, Real Red, and Shaded Spruce. So these are what those look like in person here, or I shouldn't say in person, but in real life. So those are the 8 colors that come in that set. Okay. And I'm going to use a different color because these are not open. And again, if you have watched me or you've stamped with me, I give a lot of things away. So I don't have the complete set, and I didn't want to open these, but I do have one that is open, and I will demonstrate with that in just a moment. Okay, so the next essential item is our clear acrylic blocks. We have Clear Block D and Clear Block E. And the reason these 2 items are the recommended ones is that these are the ones that most of our stamps will fit on. So if you get these 2, you can do almost everything that you'll probably need to do for a little while with them. All right. This is washable, see-through. I love it. It works really, really well to see things in front of you. All right, let's move some things out of the way. The next item is our stamp set, which is called Saying Hey. And I'm going to kind of pull this a little closer. So if you see this stamp set here, it is a variety of the most popular little sentiments that you would need. This says, congrats, good luck, good looking, you can do this. I'm so glad you exist. Hey, thanks, I love you. I miss your face. Happy birthday. And insert clever message here. That's adorable, right? Okay, so this is the item I do not own just quite yet. So I grabbed the Simply Said from our mix and match because we're going to talk about mix and match next week. So I grabbed this stamp set right down here. And it is also a nice set of mixed sentiments that are very popular. So that is the stamp set, and it is the same cost. So if you are clicking the link and wanted any of these items, the Saying Hey is what is linked. So you could swap that out for Simply Said, or you could keep the Saying Hey in there. Now, our next item is the Modern Oval Punch. It is a very nice overall multi-purpose punch. I have used this a handful of times, and I thought I had some things out, but I have been cleaning like a mad lady, and I have put so many things away. And so I don't have one out, but guess what? I have scraps everywhere. So let me show you what this would look like. make sure this works. So our punches have this wonderful feature that they lock shut. This helps them store really well. They also stand. I've had multiple configurations of how I store my punches. So I have had them standing in a basket before or in a pocket chart. I now have a fancy little insert for my IKEA bookcase behind me that has little punch slots for it to go in. So that would be awesome. Hi, Mercy. Hi, Karin. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. So this is the 7th out of 10 items, the Modern Oval Punch. And again, nice, super simple, quick and easy way to add those sentiments, which we're going to do in just a moment. So this came out perfect. All right, so number 8 is actually going to be a wonderful item to have, even if you're not a stamper. So these are blank, basic white note cards and envelopes. This is the one I stamped on to show you all the colors from the classic Stampin' Spots. And then we have envelopes and we have the cards, and these are pre-scored, so that you can go ahead and use them how you'd like and fold them, toss them in an envelope, make sure you give them out. There's no sense in making them and holding on to them, right? Make sure you send them out. All right, so I'm going to save this to the side because we're going to use all of this in just a moment. Let me show you number 9, which is technically number 10 if you counted the clear block as 2 items versus 1 item. I mean, we're splitting hairs there. All right, so this is our Simply Chamois, and I'm showing you real life. This is one that is currently in active use. These guys get ugly, they stain, but they don't have any loose lint or fiber. You can wash them. They get rock hard when they're dry, so you do have to kind of soak them to re-moisten them. And then I put mine in these basic cases, like a DVD case. We do sell these as well. And it's just really helpful. I leave the case open so that it'll air dry and it won't get all smelly or moldy or anything. But again, it does stain. You can rinse it out in the sink. It doesn't transfer to other things so far that I'm aware of. So that is one of the top 10 essentials. And then if you look in the catalog at number 10, it shows this cute little demonstrator here. So I want you to look at the screen so you can see this cute little demonstrator right here. So I am your Google for everything Stampin' Up, and if I don't know it in 2 seconds, I will find it out for you. So anytime you have questions or you want to learn something new and you're struggling, give me a call. I'm there to help. So I'm going to go ahead and use a few extra of these items and share with you just how quick and easy you can create a little simple hug with a fold in the middle, a paper hug, right? I have been learning about my coworkers and their form of appreciation. And for many of us, it is words of affirmation. So frequently when I talk to people, I like to give them a card and I will write a message on the inside that is hopefully meaningful to them. And if it is their preferred language to receive information, then it goes over really well. So if you know people who like words of affirmation, card making could be a really great thing for you. Mercy, you're so cute. Congratulations to your daughter on her master's degree, I believe you said it was. All right, so I picked out the Just a Note, and I am using Block D. Yeah, Block D. Oh, I should probably switch back away from my face and into here. So I have just put it on the clear block. This is just a note. Now I am using my favorite color, and I'm using the Stampin' Spot here. This is Blueberry Bushel, and I'm just tapping it on so you can see that I can ink up a stamp. It doesn't matter how big or small. I can do it with this tiny little classic ink spot. And I'm going to stamp on my oval here. Since we're being kind of basic, I'm just going to put it to the right here. Of course, I waited a moment. All right, so now I'm going to add some dimensionals under here. And I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals so you can see. Okay. Now, if you're a crafter like me, even if you buy just these 10 items, there are things that you can do, right? I'm sure you have some paper. And if you're a crafter, you probably have more than you need. So pull it out, make some dots. You can put them in rows. I'm sure that you don't have just one thing to craft with, right? So start pulling things out. If you were like me and you like to get a couple of extra things, I would grab a pack of our colorway paper packs. So you could get a pack of paper with a whole set of different colors. So we'll be talking more about that in June with our colorway focus. But just know that you can get sampler packs that have a variety of colors in them. Additionally, you could grab an ephemera pack. So this is like the everything ephemera pack. Let me see. Let me get you the correct title. Something for everything. That's what this one is. I should write that on here. What a great idea, Nicole. Something for everything. All right, so these ephemera packs are so amazing because there really is something for everything. So I'm focusing on a happy birthday, right? So I am going to pull these. Well, I'm focusing on just a note instead of happy birthday, sorry. So I'm going to pull feathers out and show you how we can take something so simple and just zhuzh it up a little bit. Mary Bohannon, if you're listening, I'm using one of your favorite words too. Okay. And I'm just going to pop these up on dimensionals and add these to the card. And it's just a little extra something to go with my essentials, right? So you've always got your essentials, like you need your olive oil to cook with, right? So these top 10 items are kind of like your kitchen staples. You've got salt and pepper and some olive oil and whatever you want, right? But it's not all the extras. So sometimes you'll add just a couple little extras on there. And I'm going to grab this butterfly. We are doing this. We are winging it. So it is definitely nothing super fancy. Remember, we just want to have everything nice and easy. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you one more thing that you can do with your essentials. I'm going to grab another note card, and I want to show you that you can kind of create a background with your ink and pop up some other items. Okay, so this is going to get a little It's a little dirty, but I'm going to drag this ink pad across the front of my card and create a fun backdrop. Okay. And then I could add an oval or 3 on the front of this, but I'm just going to add a couple of these ephemera elements. So I'm going to do this one and then I think what I'm going to do is I am going to cut out a white oval. So I've got some scraps. All right, so I like to place it over since I'm using scraps just to make sure that's going to fit. And I'm going to punch this out because I want to be able to stamp my sentiment on there and have it be visible. I do want to squish that down a little bit. All right, so let's put that in there. And this one is going to say hello. So we're just going to pop on the hello. In place of the just a note. Remember, essentials, not everything, just a little bit, right? So these are just some of those essentials. So I'm stamping the hello on the side. Cleaning it off with my little chamois. I am going to glue down the oval. And then I'm going to pop up this adorable hot air balloon for that little bit of extra zhuzh and dimension. And I'm going to hang this over like this. So that is super simple, nice and basic. We used one ink. We did use a special element from something additional. We used our basics, essentials for the ink, for this background, for the card, for the oval punch, the adhesives, and we have all of this in just a very short bit. So those are the top 10 essentials. And let's see if I can find my face. There it is. So I hope that you got a little bit out of it. So remembering that the glue is acid-free and the dimensionals are acid-free, so you can use them in memory keeping. That was definitely something I did not realize was a fact until earlier. So I hope that you find that as exciting as I do, since I have used these products in my scrapbooking already. It's helpful to know that they will not ruin photos or turn colors over time. So that is it. Again, I hope you have enjoyed learning a little bit about our top 10 tools. Don't forget number 10 is your trusty demonstrator. So if you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to help you. And that's about it. I look forward to seeing you again next week when we will talk about the mix and match products, and we will actually create some more of those mix and match cards with the ephemera packs and the fun little card bases that we have. And I'll show you a couple of alternatives to go along with that. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Don't forget to like, follow, share with your friends. Sharing is caring. I love y'all, and I'll see you soon.